Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. LeBron James shoots Rob Pelinka, and Lakers fans urgently call for the coach's departure. Lakers fans are upset about the losses to other teams and directly blame the coach, Rob Pelinka, because he didn't sign players that the Lakers need to maintain their greatness and compete for titles. LeBron James also stated that this squad urgently needs improvements. The fact is that the atmosphere is hot behind the scenes at the Lakers, and Pelinka is in the spotlight, and the announcement of his dismissal could be announced at any moment. Lakers owner Jeannie Buss is under pressure and will need to make drastic decisions if she wants the Lakers to go anywhere. The Los Angeles Lakers visited their neighborhood rivals' news arena, the Intuit Dome, for the first time tonight. It turned out to be a bad night for the Lakers, who lost 102-116 to the Los Angeles Clippers, a team they used to call little brothers when they shared occupancy at Crypto.com Arena from 1999 to 2024. The Lakers got production from two players, LeBron James and Rui Hachimura. LeBron had 25 points, 9 to 20 FG, 5 rebounds, 11 assists and 3 steals, while Hachimura had 19 points, 9 to 14 FG, and 7 rebounds. Anthony Davis disappointed with just 16 points, 5 to 14 FG, 10 rebounds and 3 blocks, while Austin Reeves had 14 points, 4 to 6 FG. Dalton Knecht, 3 to 4 FG, and Max Christie, 4 to 7 FG, each scored 10 points in the loss. LeBron James hints at the Lakers needing to make moves as he says there is no margin for errors for them. LeBron James made some interesting comments after the Los Angeles Lakers dropped to 22-18 in this 2024-25 season thanks to a 116-102 loss to the Los Angeles Clippers. In his post-game press conference, James spoke on why the Lakers came up short and hinted that the front office had to make moves. Reporter: LeBron, you cut their lead in half in the fourth quarter but could not get closer than 11. What were some of the reasons why you guys did not win tonight? LeBron James: they capitalized off our turnovers and mistakes defensively. It's a great team. Very well coached, Hall of Famers, great complementary players. Norman Powell, having a great season, Big Zoo, Ivica Zubac, big time. So, when you're playing against a great team, you got to limit your mistakes, offensively and defensively, 'cause they make you pay, and I think they did that tonight. Reporter: you've been telling us that the margin for error is small in this team for a few years now. Are there ways they can get bigger? Internally? James: bigger or better? Reporter: I guess can you give yourself more margin? Are there things you can do some nights to make it easier? James: no, that's not how our team is constructed. We don't have room for much error. Reporter: how can you guys navigate the sort of mental demands of having to play close to perfect basketball? James: we don't have a choice. I mean, that's the way our team is constructed. We have to play close to perfect basketball. We know the game is never perfect, it's never going to be a 48-minute perfect basketball game. But we can't combat it on multiple possessions in a row, or if we're turning the ball over, we have to do a better job with that. If we're making aggressive turnover plays where we're trying to make the right play to our teammates, but it's some of the careless ones. Defensively, we can't have breakdowns. If our coaching staff has a game plan for us, we can't break down on the game plan. That's about as close as someone can come to throwing the front office under the bus without directly criticizing them. It's fair to assume that James, who had 25 points, 9 to 20 FG, 5 rebounds, 11 assists, 3 steals, and a block against the Clippers, isn't happy with the job that GM Rob Pelinka and the front office have done. The 39-year-old wants the roster to be strengthened as soon as possible. James wasn't actually the only one from the Lakers to talk about the margin of error on the night. In his post-game press conference, head coach J.J. Redick stated that the team doesn't have a huge margin. "We just don't have a huge margin for error, and nor can we create that margin organically," Redick said. "It has to be emphasized daily to touch the paint, to play paint-to-great mentality, to make the extra pass. We don't have a guy on our team that's going to necessarily always draw two to the ball," Redick added. "We don't have a guy on our team that's going to be able to get past his guy one-on-one and get to the paint and spray it out. It's just not our team. So, we have to do it through connectivity, through execution, and when we do that, we're really good. This certainly isn't an ideal situation, and the Lakers do not have a lot of time left to fix things." The NBA trade deadline is on February 6, so there are just over 2 weeks remaining now. It will be interesting to see if Pelinka and the front office are able to get another player in before that. J.J. Redick claims Lakers are still in their growth process after big loss to Clippers. The Los Angeles Lakers couldn't match up with the Los Angeles Clippers in their first-ever clash at the Intuit Dome, as the Clippers walked out with a 116-102 win over the Lakers. It was a rough game where the Lakers trailed for the majority of the time in an uncompetitive showing. Lakers head coach J.J. Redick discussed the result after the game, claiming the Lakers are still in their growth process while the Clippers have a far more coherent identity on both ends of the court already. "I think we are growing. We all know during the growth process you have some bumps, and that's okay. Our group, we're together and connected more times than not. We'll continue to grow and build, but there was some good stuff tonight. We gotta keep trying to get better. It's one of those games you want your offense to help your defense. We didn't make shots and turned the ball over. We did a good job in 11 possessions in the zone in the first half, they scored 8 points. We did a good job of mixing it up." Redick heaped individual praise on the contributions of Ivica Zubac and James Harden, who were the biggest factors behind the Clippers' dominant win. "I consider them a great team, they have Hall of Famers, and Zubac is a monster. He was the difference with his offensive rebounding, particularly in the second half. Against great teams, you make mistakes. Our guys competed, fought, stayed together. For us, this is a good process. We didn't get the result we wanted, did some good things in the second half. That's a real defense, and they're physical. They're a defensive team with an offensive engine and a bunch of guys who play their roles really well. Then you add Kawhi to that and the guy just doesn't miss. They certainly have an identity. This was a James Harden game. He got inside the line and hit some threes. The Clippers had 4 players giving them major contributions, with Norman Powell as the top scorer with 22 points, 9 to 17 FG. Ivica Zubac had 21 points, 9 to 16 FG, 19 rebounds, and 3 blocks, while James Harden joined Zubac in the double-double club with 21 points, 7 to 19 FG, and 12 assists. Kawhi Leonard had a surgically efficient 19 points, 9 to 13 FG, in just 24 minutes of action. The Lakers were led by LeBron James 25 points, 9 to 20 FG, 5 rebounds, 11 assists, and 3 steals. Rui Hachimura got 19 points, 9 to 14 FG, and 7 rebounds while star center Anthony Davis failed in the Zubac matchup with 16 points, 5 to 14 FG, 10 rebounds, and 3 blocks. Austin Reeves had a quiet 14 points, 4 to 6 FG, before picking up an injury late in the fourth quarter. Youngsters Dalton Knecht, 3 to 4 FG, and Max Christie, 4 to 7 FG, scored 10 points. The Lakers being halfway into the season without a coherent identity is a problem, as the team either needs to drill routines into their current average core or reshape the core with trades. They've been trying to make moves, but outside the acquisition of the misfiring Dorian Finney-Smith, the Lakers seem stuck. Hopefully, they can address their biggest holes ASAP as the trade deadline is about 3 weeks away.